Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to cover a lot of topics. The first thing is Bitcoin is holding very important support. So we're going to be jumping into the TA very shortly. And guys, tomorrow, the Fed Chair Powell will be speaking at a very important conference called Jackson Hole. Now, this is a conference or summit, if you want to call it, where a lot of very top tier economists, policymakers come together and discuss the future of the US economy and the economy in general. So globally, and it's a very important conference where a lot of big decisions are given. So tomorrow he's going to be speaking, and this will affect the markets a lot. So we're going to be discussing the impacts of that. But guys, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell because I will be live streaming this tomorrow, and you do not want to miss that. Now, let's jump into the charts. But before I do, guys, if you want to be trading crypto or Bitcoin, you can head over to the description below. I have two of my preferred exchanges, Bitflex and Bybit. If you use these links in the description, you will get for Bybit a nice deposit bonus. And for Bitflex, you'll actually be able to participate in future giveaways. So that is very cool. Now, I'm going to bring on a guest in just a second, and she's going to quickly share her charts and analysis as well and give her view on the markets. But before I bring her on, I want to mention something very quickly. BRICS Summit is happening right now. And the breaking news that just happened a couple of minutes ago is that Argentina, Egypt, Iran, UAE, and Saudi Arabia are most likely going to join BRICS very soon. And if this happens, markets will shake, but I will discuss this furthermore, again, towards the end of the video, because I will be bringing on Natalie now, Natoshi. So let's bring Natoshi on and we'll discuss that topic in just a second. So Natalie is joining. Let's bring her on. Natalie, can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Awesome. How is everything?
Everything is good. How are you?
I'm good. So Natalie is a fellow analyst. We did a collaboration together a long time ago. She's also one of the OGs. So I was just talking about BRICS, Fed. We were talking about Bitcoin holding support. So I really want to get your outlook on the markets. What do you think? I personally think that this level is very important. And most likely the ETFs are now going to be delayed to the beginning of 2024. So I honestly think that Bitcoin is going to trend within this range, coming towards the halving. And once BRICS ETF halving comes together on the beginning of 2024, I think Bitcoin will be rallying. So that is my outlook. But now I want to hear what your thoughts are, and we're going to get into some we're going to get into the details. So do you mind sharing your screen, Natalie? That would be perfect if the audience can see your technical analysis too.
Okay, so first of all, we're gonna have the announcement, or we have the Fed talking tomorrow. So that's gonna be on the 25th of August. When this is happening, I do look at news when we have them coming out because each and every time the market does push up to certain levels or drop down to certain levels. And looking at your chart, I have the exact same thing. Last time we spoke with each other, we were talking about Fibonacci, but now I also have added MACD because MACD is a very good tool for us to see when we see the breakout trend and the trend is reversing. Now, combining that with the Fibonacci, because me myself, been studying the charts since 2019, so the market is always following certain levels, which it has to come back down or up to retest. So with the look of what we have, looking at the overview, looking at the monthly, we can see that the market created a higher high from the low that we did have at 24,700. We are at this time retesting this level from above, which can definitely be a break of structure, market pulls back down, retest previous resistance, created as a new higher low. If this is supposed to be the market rejecting the level and would never have the power to break below 23,900, then the next target for that momentum up for me is at the 61.8% that I have at 35,400. Now,
Wow.
this is obviously on a higher time frames perspective. So if this is going to happen, it will take a couple of months before we even see that. But that is just if we see the market giving us this level as a new resistance, because either way, the market has to either drop or it has to pump.
Awesome.
But
So,
when
actually, by the way, I just wanted to add the 61.8 for Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin really likes to touch to that level on the Fibonacci. So I think that that's pretty cool. And coming towards 2024, I think based on the monthly time frame too, Bitcoin can for sure head to that level in the upcoming months. So on the monthly, I mean, overall, it's very important that we hold this level of support. I think we could have a small, dead cat bounce, if you want to call it, or a V-shaped recovery towards the upside. But where do you think is the next key level of resistance that Bitcoin could potentially bounce back up to if we were to have a small reversal on the weekly time frame?
On the weekly time frame, we obviously have to look at this previous high that we did have, and this is also where we connect the fib once again. And if we are breaking it down to the daily chart, so what we always do, or what I always do, is that I look at the resistance that we did have before the market gave us the next high. So we can see how the market broke above 28,500, 600, but we never had the power to break and have it as a retest. What we saw was the market breaking below and retest that exact same level. Now, when we see what happened between 21st of June until the break that we did have now a couple of days ago, we saw how the market tried to break above that exact same level we couldn't break above from before. So that is definitely the big resistance that with the Fed talking, we have some other things coming up in the near future for, that's going to affect the market. I would not be surprised if we see another retest around 28.6, 29,400 for that exact same retest once again.
Awesome. So thank you, Natalie, for sharing your TA. That's really cool. I honestly think that we can, this level, as you said, it's good support. And in the monthly time frame, as the halving is coming up, as the ETFs get approved, I think Bitcoin can push towards this level. Now, guys, make sure to check out Natoshi's channel. She's awesome. She does full in-depth analysis breakdown. So I'll link Natalie's channel below. So Natalie, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to discuss BRICS in a little bit more detail. So, Natalie, thank you so much for coming. I hope to see you very soon on the channel next time too, guys. Make sure to comment below. Do you want to see Natalie again? But Natalie, see you soon. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So I want to quickly jump back into the charts and discuss BRICS also. Now, the BRICS summit is pretty big. It's happening right now. I'm not sure if it ended. Let's quickly jump on Forex Factory to see if it's still going on. Yeah, today's the final day for the BRICS summit, and then Jackson Hole will be starting. And Jackson Hole, as I said, it is a conference or summit basically where the top elite economists and policymakers gather up and they discuss the future of the economy. So this will be very interesting tomorrow. I will live stream this. But the BRICS summit, the thing that's super interesting is that they announced that Argentina, Egypt, Iran, UAE, and Saudi Arabia are most likely going to join BRICS. And if that does happen, we already know that they want to be creating their own currency that they trade with each other. So if that happens, the US economy is going to weaken a lot because, there's so many factors, so many different goods that is traded between BRICS and, of course, exported to the United States too. And if these goods, right, if these goods are no longer traded with the United States dollar, then the US dollar will lose a lot of its value. And what do we know? Historically, whenever the US dollar loses its value, Bitcoin tends to push towards the upside. Of course, if the US dollar loses its value, then American companies will go into some trouble, right? Depending on its sector, and the overall economy will start to weaken. If the economy weakens, then banks, again, they're already in trouble, right? So they will go into more pressure in terms of, their financial reports, etc., their balance sheets. So if that happens too, more bigger banks are, they could collapse, right? They could collapse, and that would be unfortunate, of course, for the overall economy. However, from Bitcoin's history, what we know is when banks collapse, Bitcoin tends to see a push towards the upside. So just a quick summary, because I know this has been a long video. A quick summary is 2024, first quarter, that is what we're looking for. This support, we held it, and I'm very happy that we did. We could see a small bounce back towards the upside to around 27.2K. That would be a good level of resistance. It will depend on the next week's open in terms of the candle. Let's see if it closes. If the candle closes like this, then it's a reversal candle, so that's bullish. I mentioned this earlier on in the video. I do think that we will trend within this range until 2024. Halving, ETF approvals, all of this combined will push Bitcoin to the next height. So in terms of dollar cost averaging, I think 25K Bitcoin is cheap for spot positions. So if you are accumulating Bitcoin in the long term, I think this is a good place to be DCing in. So that is my personal outlook on the markets. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Make sure to tune in. Guys, I'll see you all in the next video very soon. So everyone, have a nice day. Take care and bye-bye.